He's the head of the government agency. He's the one who has trained Anamika, which all of that is not me in real life. So we were very restricted, in terms of, at least I was, because I was being typecast as a bad guy. So we were dealing in just negative spaces. So it was getting boring. First worked with her and Leela Paheli, and from there to now, I think there's an exponential growth as an actress. I've seen her. Not at all. I don't take this kind of. It's unwanted. The only pressure which has to be is to be true to your craft. I think that's what I do, right? I act.
Hello and welcome to Telechakkar. This is me, Arshi Siddiqui, and today's interaction is going to be very special. Since आज जिसके साथ हम कनेक्ट करने वाले हैं, उन्हें शोबिस जगत का मशहूर विलन कहा जाता है. जी हाँ, हम आज राहुल देव के साथ कनेक्ट करने वाले हैं, जिन्होंने अपनी पहचान एक विलन के तौर पर तो बनाई ही, लेकिन अब OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पर वो अपने बेहतरीन किरदार से जाने लगे हैं और साथ ही साथ हर किसी को अपने अभिनय का दीवाना बना रहे हैं. तो चलिए, without further ado, let's get connected to Rahul Dev. Anamika is a project, it's mystery, thriller and everything. What was enticing for you to accept the offer?
For me, it was very simple because, it was Vikram Bhatt's call, and, then it's the 5th time I'm collaborating with him. Over the years, year 2001, he gave me Avara Pagal Divana, and he gave me Footpath, for which I got some award, the Z Cine, and, I was nominated at a couple of other places, even for Avara Pagal Divana. A lot of people loved Vikrant in the film. Then he wrote Bardasht for us, which was directed by, of course, E. Nivas, but Vicky had written that particular project. Other than that, we also collaborated on Shapit. So this was my 5th collaboration. So, I have a lot of respect and trust vis-a-vis him.
One such thing or an element about your character that actually you can relate to in real life?
Actually, Ravi Srivastav is totally unlike me in real life. He's a very strong person. He's got a mind of his own totally. He's a very, very smart and sharp thinker. He's thinking ahead of the others. He's the head of the government agency. He's the one who has trained Anamika, which all of that is not me in real life.
So how was it challenging for you to portray that character?
No, it was written fairly well, and the fact that instinctively you feel guided, while you're playing a part. So I tried to make it as subtle as possible, and then just let Vikram guide me all through the journey.
Well, given a chance, if you have to swap with any of the other characters in Anamika, who that would be?
Frankly, I love Ravi too much. See, because he's a sort of mastermind. He has a mind of his own. He is thinking a little ahead of the others.
There was theatre, Bollywood. We have been seen you there in the movies. Now we have been having a look at your phenomenal performance on OTT space. So how do you see OTT as a platform to put out your craft, your caliber?
I think it's a very exciting platform. Very, very exciting, in fact. Because I think the writing on the OTT is far more real, more believable. You're telling stories over a longer period, especially in a series. So what happens is, when you tell a story over a longer period, the character itself has progression.
Right.
There's enough meat in the character for it to develop from, say, one episode to the other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can play more, add more to it. Also, I think it's given me a much larger scope in terms of just only doing negative roles. It's offering me all kinds of roles. For example, Empire had me in a very, very self-sacrificing role. I'm grateful to Nikhil Advani and to Mitaksha and to my friend Atul Kasbekar from Bling, because it was he who made me meet them in the first place. So, things like that. To my casting director, Kavish Sinha. So, because it's so varied in terms of the opportunities giving you as an actor. तो वो जो हम बोलते थे ना, while learning, the skills, वो कहते थे 7 रस होते हैं.
जी.
We were very restricted, in terms of, at least I was, because I was being typecast as a bad guy. So you were dealing in just negative spaces. So it was getting boring. And then, so this came as a very, very fresh sort of breath of energy.
what is that one or maybe versions of yourself that has not been yet explored by any of the director or the writer for that matter?
I think I have a inherent funny side to me, which I think I would like to put out there.
Right.
I also have a little more intense side to me, which I think again needs to be explored uh, in terms of creatively explored.
Right.
So I think pretty much like there's an emotional side to me, which I think has yet to be explored as an actor. So there's a lot to offer, I feel, but I need parts for that to happen. I need an emotional character where I would be able to draw upon my personal experiences from life. The pain, for example, of losing a partner, the pain that you see in life, uh, things like that. In terms of portraying anything, you need that scope in terms of the character itself and the story.
Right. So you would want a director to see that and you bring out that craft accordingly,
Yeah,
right?
bring out that aspect in my craft, bring out another side of myself, lend it to another character within another screenplay.
What was that one memorable moment with the whole star cast of Anamika that you had, and it won't be really going out of your mind so soon? One such unforgettable moment of yours.
I think it was wonderful to watch Sunny's growth as an actor for me personally. Because I've first worked with her in Leela Ek Paheli, and from there to now, I think there's an exponential growth as an actress I see in her. So that was wonderful for me to see and observe.
Also, Rahul, there is this notion that since social media is such a trend right now, that the more followers a actor has, is the more projects they get. Is it like that? How does it work? Would you like to talk about that?
I mean, I know a lot of actors who are not there on social media, yet they're extremely popular and extremely out there doing a lot of work.
Right.
So I'm there fairly. I mean, I'm there on all platforms. Amongst the three platforms I'm on, say Instagram and Facebook and Twitter,
Yeah.
I enjoy about 1.5 million sort of followers. But more than that, I think I think I'm pretty organic in terms of I do tend to reply to a lot of them. And it's all done by me. So it's if anyone's getting hearts or hugs or whatever, it's me. I must confess. Uh, so and I'm not apologetic about it because I think it's your duty. I mean, if someone's following you and giving you love, I think it's just reciprocation. Yeah, and also I'm very sporadic because sometimes we don't get the time, sometimes you don't have connectivity, and because you're trying to do it yourself, you don't have a team doing it. So you tend to be organic in terms of what you're putting out because a lot of times there is stuff, but you just don't put it out because you don't really get the time.
Yeah.
Because my first priority is to act.
Right. But then there is also a pressure or that you have to be on social media. You have
Not
to
at all. I don't take this kind of. This unwanted. The only pressure which has to be is to be true to your craft. I think. I mean, that's what I do, right? I act. I'm not an influencer as such.
Right.
My bread and butter is not going to be coming from trying to be a self-proclaimed sort of something. It's coming from purely that I can perform as an actor. I can contribute. I'm about 131 films old. I've worked almost in most languages, which is quite incredible, I think, which is a very, very rare gift I enjoy from the Lord above. Imagine for a chap from Delhi to speak in Telugu or Tamil or Malayalam or Kannada with fair ease. It's quite difficult to be doing all these languages, naturally speaking. It's very difficult for me. It's almost like going back to school. It's very challenging. I've done over 60 Hindi films, which is fairly a lot of films. Currently, I have 3 feature films on hand, which I'm working on. So that is my contribution. My contribution is from there, not from just putting out new stuff on social media. I find that, and I don't take that pressure. I mean, कम हो जाए, ज़्यादा हो जाए, उनकी मर्जी है भैया.
A takeaway that you got from the Anamika and the takeaway that audience should expect from the series.
See, the audience, as far as they're concerned, it's a plot which is a thriller. It's got a lot of twists and turns. So they can expect some thrills. They can expect unexpected turns and twists. They can expect something different from Ravi Srivastava
Right.
and from Anamika and from
And,
Agent 10 and so on and so forth. So it's that. I especially like the ending of the show. So what that is, only they will come to know. Anyway, I think I must congratulate every crew member, every cast colleague, my director, every team member of the show to have put together the show, because we put together the show in very trying circumstances. We put together the show during the COVID when it was almost at its peak.
Yes.
With special permissions. So I would congratulate every member for being so brave, for coming to the set. And I would have to thank the Lord above, I think, because of His grace and kindness that, thankfully there were no casualties on sets. We could complete the show and reach this deadline and make it reach audiences.
Lastly, a message that you would like to give to the fans and the audience of Delhi Chakkar.
Please go watch Anamika and give it your love. Only on MX Play, breaking out 10th day after tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Rahul. It was fun session with you and thanks for giving us time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपको हमारी ये वीडियो खूब पसंद आई होगी। नीचे दिए कमेंट सेक्शन में अपने रिएक्शंस देना ना भूलिएगा। ऑल्सो अपने पसंदीदा कलाकारों और सितारों से जुड़ी हर जानकारी और अपडेट पाने के लिए बने रहें टेली चक्कर के साथ।
Know all about the Telly world by subscribing to Telly Chakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.